Good morning and welcome. I am Carol West and I am so excited. Today I have a special guest. It's not just me, the talking head here at the table. And I'm going to introduce you all to Dr. Earleen Parson. Welcome, Dr. Earleen Parson.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
I'm so glad you agreed to do this with me this morning. You guys know I'm all about the golden nuggets, and I know we're going to get a ton of amazing ones from Dr. Earleen. We're going to start with my chapter 3 of my book, Little Red Flags and Golden Nuggets of Wisdom. And in chapter 3, most of you notice there's only one golden nugget, and it's at the end because it talks about sociopathic tendencies. And I put a lot of information in there about sociopathic tendencies that I researched and found. But Dr. Earleen here, she works in mental health. So hopefully she'll give credence to some of the things that I put there and enlighten us about a few more. So I'm going to read the first paragraph of chapter 3, and it says, I married a sociopath and had a child with him. I did not even know the real definition of a sociopath until my marriage ended. What I did know is that I was enduring a 4-year trip to hell in the name of loyalty and honor to the institution of marriage. Oddly enough, I now understand why they call it an institution. Now let me be clear, I am not anti-marriage, but I do know that when you're unequally yoked to the wrong person, disaster will ensue. And that's a bonus golden nugget for today. But at the end of the chapter, the golden nugget says, be proactive. Find out why you are enduring turmoil. Do not allow yourself to rest in your pain and be agitated enough to seek a way out. And that, Dr. Earleen, is where we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Can you just give some thoughts about that golden nugget and just sort of explain to people why it's not healthy to rest in pain?
Okay. Well, we'll start with it's not healthy to rest in pain for obvious reasons. When there's pain, pain is an indicator that something is not right. And when things are not right, many times they perpetuate and more things become wrong. But what we have as human beings, as women, have learned and gotten used to has been in the name of enduring pain, just being strong, just trying to hold down the fort. All of these things that we were taught, and whether we were taught them directly or we were taught by association, we thought that that was a good thing and that's what we had to do. And really what we did, we have adapted to abnormal behavior. And it's not. And it affects us not just physically, emotionally, in all kinds of ways. And so it is not a good thing to endure pain. And many times, by the time the pain actually comes, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, something has been wrong for a long time already. So usually if something hurts a little bit, her knee hurts a little bit, you push on. But when you get to the point where you can't walk, now there's a bigger problem there.
Exactly.
And so it's like even going to the beauty shop. Sometimes we don't want her to cut our hair, but if she doesn't cut those split ends, she's going to have to go up higher and higher and higher, exactly. Right? And so that's what we do. And so to be proactive, we have to pay attention to the signs. We have to pay attention to the little things that are abnormal and be in touch with who we are.
Absolutely, absolutely. Knowing self. To that
self-discovery, yeah, self-discovery is what I call it, because many times when we don't know who we are, when we let external forces define who we are, we are discombobulated and we are like chameleons. And so if Carol says that I'm green, then I'm green. And if Joni says that I'm blue, then today I'm blue. And so sometimes we tend to fit in, go along to get along. We do a lot of things. And again, it comes back to not having a great understanding of who you are, letting external forces define us, and never really discovering who we are to begin with.
Wow. Listening to who you are, listening to that inner voice inside, oftentimes when we are that chameleon, there's oftentimes something inside that's saying, hey, this isn't for me, this is not who I am, but we don't always listen.
We don't.
So, wow.
And external, let me just go back a little bit, Carol, because external validation is important. We do need validation. True. But we can't thrive off of it. We can't let that be the motor. We can't let that be the engine in us that if you don't tell me that I look good today, then I can't move forward. It feels good to walk to and go into the office or the workplace and somebody says, oh, you look so good, oh, you look so nice. So that feels good, it's validating, it helps you. But if somebody doesn't say it, I should be able to get my work done that day. But many times, and that's an extreme example, but many times we look for external forces to validate us, and we cannot move forward until we get them. So we have to learn to pay attention, to discover who we are, first of all, and learn to be self-motivated. As I really make no apology here, but I remember the scripture, David said, I had to encourage myself.
Oh, yes.
So there are times when outside validation, encouragement, you get to church, you can't wait for praise and worship, all that corporate worship, all that is wonderful. But there are times when you're at home in your own kitchen or in your own bedroom or outside in the back, and you're like, okay, God, you have to read the word for yourself, or think of or the words of a song that are important, that minister to you. You have to encourage yourself so that you can move on.
As I've stated in several of my golden nuggets, that the Calvary isn't coming.
Right.
We are our own.
Absolutely.
We are
Absolutely.
our own rescuers.
Right.
And we have to make sure we're putting enough in us. Whether it is, like you said, those external things, the group worship,
right,
or the girls' night out, or whatever it is that's giving you that fortification.
Absolutely.
But you're going to have those times when you're by yourself.
Absolutely.
And you got to have enough in you to get through.
Absolutely. So did I miss something in your question?
You did not.
Okay.
Ultimately, you explain why it's not good to rest in pain.
Right. Okay.
And also how to be proactive.
Right.
Really just...
We need to find out. Can I just touch on that a little bit too? We need to find out what brings us joy. What makes you happy? Am I better when I laugh? Then that means I need to look at comedy more. Maybe go to a comedy show. If you can't afford a comedy show, to go out to a comedy night, or things of that nature. There are things on TV. What makes you laugh? Science has just caught up to the Word of God, where healing is as medicine. Okay, they just caught up, and it's like, duh.
Hello.
So find out if that's what make you feel better. I found in my own distress and some things, personal things that I've just recently gone through, just working out and going back to the gym. That's just sweating out those toxins. It makes me feel better. It has all kinds of benefits, health-wise also.
Yes.
So, it's just
For
wonderful.
me, it's walking. It's
Absolutely.
the same thing. Getting
Absolutely.
out and forcing myself to have that walk every
Absolutely.
day. It clears my
we
thinking
need
is
to
less
detox.
cloudy.
I say hit the reset button.
Exactly.
If you know that you need to eat by a certain hour, make sure you get that meal.
Right.
Okay, if you know that's not enough rest at night, not enough rest at night makes you really groggy or puts you behind and sets the pace for your whole day, then maybe get to bed earlier. Find out what moves your engine. What kind of oil goes in your engine? Find out what works for you. Because what works for you, every car doesn't have the same oil.
Exactly.
Every car can't use the same kind of tires. So we have to know who we are.
Who we are.
Yes.
Do you know who you are? Wow. Well, before we conclude this segment, and you have already touched on my final question, but
Okay.
I'm going to allow you to go there a little more. What is the golden nugget that you live by that you'd like to share with viewers?
The golden nugget, there are so many, and I know because golden nuggets can go on and on. But I think the golden nugget that I'd like to leave with the viewers today is self-discovery. Find out who you are. And there's a difference. Many times people say define who you are, and I say also don't let outside forces define you. But you really can't define what you are or who you are until you discover who you are. And when I say discover, that means it's already there. When you discover something, you didn't create it, you discovered. You recognize that it's there. So God has given us something. He made us in His image and likeness, and He has given us all something unique. So discover what it is that I am supposed to do and my purpose. So when you discover who you are, it can really change your life. It will really change your life. So self-discovery,
Yes.
What makes you tick? What makes me happy? What is it that I have that she doesn't have? What is it that makes me react in this way? That self-discovery is awesome. And it's a lifetime thing sometimes.
Oh, it is. It is. It's not an overnight thing.
Discovering and rediscovering what makes you tick.
I say that about peace.
Yeah.
Finding peace and de-stressing.
Right.
Or being encouraged. It's a second by second thing. You don't just read a good inspiring book and it's over. Right. You have to keep
and many times we end up in wrong relationships because we don't know who we are. We say, why do I keep picking the wrong type of guy? Who are you? What kind of guy do you need? Mm-hmm. What kind of guy do you like? Because there are certain things that we need and there are certain things that we want and like.
It's so
self-discovery is the big, is the golden nugget that
we're going to have Dr. Earleen back to talk about those relationships. All right, thanks everyone. I am Carol West, and I thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to talking to you again and bringing you another golden nugget. Hi everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you really enjoyed those golden nuggets that Dr. Earleen Parson shared with us. They were amazing. And if you benefited and you think someone else can, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe this video. You can see right at the bottom. Really appreciate it. I hope the golden nuggets are really speaking to you. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.